Well, welcome to Tomar, folks, and the Hotel Dos Templars, our home for tonight. So welcome to the Hotel Dos Templarios. Over there is our neighbour, you may recognise her. She's got a fancy balcony and everything. Check this out, swimming pool, river. Mrs. Flyer, would you like to do your stuff? Tour, please. Okay, here we go.
Bedroom?
Pretty, I'll have to say, pretty spacious bedroom. That is massive, isn't it?
So there's enough room for you to sleep on the floor?
No. Carry on. Nice. A vestibule?
Yes. Cupboards,
Yep.
things.
Wowee.
Bathroom.
Crikey, look at that. Oh, it's got one of those little tiny baths as well. Brilliant. That's fantastic, isn't it?
It's great.
Well, I have to say, this tour has turned out to be an eating and hotel tour, hasn't it, really?
Yes.
Blooming marvellous. Right, let's get ourselves down to the pool, I guess.
I think so.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to, I think it's day 5 of our tour. Just checking out the map, as I like to do at the start of the day, just to try and get the bearings of where we're going to go today. At the moment, we're down here in Tomar, just here, and we're going to do a ride today up to a place called Fundao. So we're heading a little bit further north in the country. Here's, just to get your bearings, here's Lisbon down here, look. And we're going to be ending up here today. So weather's not set too great again today. I think today's the last bad weather day, and then it should be improving. But it's looking a little bit grey outside. But the temperatures are nice and warm, so not too bad. Anyway, we're going to get ready as usual, and then jump on the bike. See you then. Sadly I spoke too soon about it being a nice day. Oh well, now you can do about the weather, eh? So, thank you, Tomar. Apparently a seat of the Knights Templar, and there are lots of evidence of that around the place with lots of red crosses. That is apparently their sign around. That's what that's all about. There's a couple of convents here. Very historical place, turns out. That hotel was an absolute corker once again. I really liked it. It had a distinct 1960s Hollywood stroke Las Vegas vibe, which I thought was kind of cool. Had a great pool there, really nice bar and so on, so yeah, definitely recommend that one. And food wise, we went into the old square in the main town and found this sort of medieval banqueting type place, you know, the sort of thing, lots of meat, that kind of game, wine in goblets, candlelight, that sort of thing. Turned out really good fun though. So thank you, Tomar, very nice to know you. Oh, there's one of these red crosses, look up there, you see. That's the Knights Templar emblem, which you see repeated all over the place on buildings and all sorts. And if it's nice here on a day like today, imagine what it's like when the sun's out. Haha, wet cobbles. We love those at the start of the day. So our route today up to Fundao is, again, following those green tinged roads on the map. Should be quite scenic. It's along a valley, effectively following the river, which we do cross on a number of occasions. Hopefully there'll be some good bridge action as well. I do love a bridge, me. And then ending the day in Fundao. Let's just hope that hopefully this rain eases off a bit. I'm always being accused of being a jammy devil as far as my tour's concerned, always getting good weather. Well, can't be accused of that this time. This is very unusual for Portugal in the summer, has to be said. Like everywhere, they've had very little rain, and this will actually be most welcome to the locals, if not to us tourists. So a bit of wishful thinking on our part, and we think maybe the rain is easing off slightly. Still pretty grim though, which is a shame because we've got a bit of altitude now. We're in the twisties, coming in the sort of foothills, but it's a bit misty, you know, low cloud up ahead, so I don't think we're going to get any absolutely spectacular views, but it is what it is. Said that, that's not too bad. It's got its own charm with the mist down there. Let's give you a clean. Hope you can see okay. It's quite tricky to film in these sort of conditions. To be honest, it's quite tricky to see in these sort of conditions. Just taking it a little easy around these bends and giving Helen a bit of space, because these roads haven't been wet for months, so they might be a little bit slippy. Got the bike in rain mode again. But just imagine what these views would be like. Stunning down there to my right. Big lake down there I can see. Smells beautiful as well in the wet pines. Only problem is if we climb much more we may see even less. Right, I think we're about to cross the river on our first spectacular bridge, which I caught a glimpse of just now. There's the bridge. Pretty high. Now, is it safe to ride across a bridge with my eyes closed? That's alright, actually, it's quite wide. So this is the River Zezere that we're passing. See if you're white. Hope you can see that. Imagine the sunshine, that's quite a colour down there. It's got a blueness about it. Just passed a sign for ice on our right, and Domian was saying earlier that this is one of the, up in this area is one of the Portuguese ski resorts. I had no idea there were ski resorts up here. Incredible. Not something we're planning on doing today, however much we may enjoy it. Just looking off to the left and right, there are signs of forest fires in this area. It smells a little bit charred in the air as well, so obviously they've had some big fires in these hills over the summer, so they'll be glad of this rain to damp down the land again. Right, well, we just had a little stop here in the Bunde Cafe just to see out the worst of the rain. It has pretty much stopped now, I'm glad to say. I had an excellent coffee in there, very friendly people, and spirits are now lifted. Coffee cures most ills, it seems. And we were just talking in the coffee break there about the mountainy bit that we just rode through and the bridge, etc. Turns out that wasn't the ski area. I do apologise. And when I say ski area, there's actually only one ski run, so don't book your holidays to come skiing in Portugal perhaps. Anyway, we're gonna ride up there tomorrow. That's up in the mountains and it's 2,000 metres, so significantly higher than where we are today. Look how burnt the hillsides are here. Signs again of those forest fires, absolutely decimated here. I think 3 summers ago in particular, they had a lot of fires here. I seem to remember it making the news. Not a lot of danger of forest fires today. Kind of wishing I brought my waterproof gloves now, must admit. These new racer summer gloves I've got are great in the heat, not so good in the wet. Oh well. We're all going on a summer holiday. No more worries for a week or 2. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday. Doopy doopy doo 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 doo. For me and you. We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the days are clear. Come to Portugal in September, they said. It's a lovely time of year to ride. So having thrown in the towel, we're now here at the hotel. Unfortunately, my camera locked up, kept recording. It's all very bizarre. But so the ride back was filthy and wet. But I have to say, we went through some absolutely spectacular scenery. It did open up occasionally. Unfortunately, didn't get any video because of the camera, but I'll sort that out. Anyway, never mind all that. We're in the new hotel. We're warm and dry. Here's Mrs. Flyer for the tour of the room.
Hello, right. Extensive drying facilities, drip drying in the cupboard. Yep. Cards, poker table for later. Extremely large room. Wow, have you ever seen an exercise bike in a bedroom? Because I haven't, unless you've got one at home.
Well, certainly I've never had a hotel room with, well, when I say room, we'll come to that in a minute, I've never seen one with an exercise bike in before. Anyway, piste de résistance, Mrs. Flyer.
Well, you thought it was just one room. Check this out. To coin your phrase.
Ta-da! Another bedroom.
Yes.
So I think what we've inadvertently got is a little family room. But
yeah.
we're not complaining because there's plenty of space. Should we just show you the facilities as well? Quick look at the facilities. Mm-hmm. Bingo bongo.
Yep. Out here.
Pretty good. Right, moving on. Oh, view out the window, Carol. View out the window.
Oh.
So it's a bit of a strange hotel, this. I mean, it's good because it's spacious, but check out the hotel outside.
Large swimming pool, loud music, and a plastic lion, which I quite like, you know.
That music is very annoying, isn't it? Listen. Grim. Let's hope the music gets turned off when it's time to go to bed. Anyway, plenty of room. We're warm and dry. There was no injuries, so that's the main thing.
Everyone's fit
all is
and
good.
well.
All is good. So yeah, we're going to chill a bit, and then we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully, weather's going to be a bit better.
Hopefully.
Well, good morning, folks, and welcome to day 6 of our Portugal tour, and back to the town of Fundao. Most important things first. What's the weather going to be doing today? Let's have a look out the window. So looking a little bit grey again, but having looked at the forecast, it shouldn't rain quite as hard and as much as it did yesterday. It's kind of the front is moving off. Tomorrow's going to be a much better day. But so hopefully we're going to see some good scenery, because what we're doing today is going further north, and we're going to actually go to quite some altitude in the mountains, up to 2,000 metres, past, in fact, the Portuguese ski resort. Turns out there's only one run there, but it's still quite high and quite novel, I think, the fact that there's a ski resort at all. Let me show on the map where we're going. We're here at the moment in Fundao. We're going to be riding through the Sierra de Estrella, which I guess is where the ski resort is. Lots of wiggly roads through the mountains up to here to a place called Castelo de Paiva. So fingers crossed that the weather stays reasonably fair. Looking at the forecast, the weather's much better tomorrow, by the way, and we do get some good views today. So let's get ourselves ready as ever, and we'll see you on the bike. Well, here we are, folks. We're on the bikes. We're just going to fuel up, start of the day. It's one of these little supermarket type fuel up places. In the main, we do one fuel up a day, and that seems to last the bikes for the whole day. Well, what a difference a day makes, eh? Look at this. Sun's threatening to be out. It's already 18 degrees. I think I can afford to turn my heated grips off, which I had on yesterday, has to kill those. And I'm back on road mode again, as it's largely dry on the road. So I think we should be set for an excellent day today. Through the twisties in the mountains. I think it's going to be a relatively long day, because it takes a long time to cover ground when you're on the twisties, but if it's not raining, well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? So let's see what the day brings. That's the hotel we were at, the outside of it. Bizarre place, perfectly good, perfectly functional, good breakfast. Sort of a family oriented place you go for a week with your toddlers type of place. I think Butlin's in Portugal, and you're not far off, but the rooms are better. Anyway, serves its purpose for us. We'll get out of the industrial-y bit and catch on the twisties. So I may have spoken a little soon about the weather being much better, because we've ridden into some darker clouds and it's wet again on the roads, and there has been a little bit of rain. We just stopped, and the others got their waterproofs back on. Of course, we don't have to worry about that. We're all ruckered up. And these work come rain or shine, although yesterday I did, because I've got my summer gloves on, I think the water must have gone down the ends of the armholes, as it were. They are sealed at the ends, but only with like nylon cuffs, and I think water got down there, but they do dry out remarkably well, so just hung it up in the cupboard overnight, dried out, and I'm all good to go again. But we're getting into some twisties already, so I thought best to get the bike back into rain mode, because yesterday on the news I noticed, as we were in the bar, they were reporting in the area that we're going to lots of landslides, cars being washed down the road, that sort of thing. So we're expecting one of the routes that we wanted to do later to actually be closed. So we've got to work around, but there has been a lot of rain in this area, as we know. So this looks like quite an interesting town that we've ridden into, sort of built into the hillside, just up in the clouds here. Obviously again an industrial area. I did notice a university just now. Obviously lots going on here. This is the non-touristy Portugal. Well, quite a feat building up here, and to my right an amazing view down the valley. Not sure if caught that on the GoPro, hope so. Wow, quite a place. Oh, bit of cobblestones for the lads, excellent. Thought we were missing an essential ingredient today. Wet cobblestones on a camber, going up a hill, brilliant. Keep the momentum going, folks, let's not be stopping, eh? Looks like we come up to the main town square. Oh bother, lights are going red. How annoying. I found the hill hold on here, you have to really give it a lot of revs to overcome the hold when you've got a lot of weight on board, because of course I'm 2 up with Mrs. Flower on the back. I'm not saying she's heavy or anything, of course, I wouldn't dare say that. But as I'll demonstrate, you need to give it a lot of revs, otherwise you risk stalling it. And I'd rather sound ridiculous and give it loads of revs rather than stall it. Here we go. There we go. That nearly dipped back to stall, even though I gave it loads of revs there. It is handy, that hill hold, but you've got to work out how it works. It's not as bad as that if you're 1 up, I have to say. Something about this town I like. I just think it's kind of authentic, you know? Not dressed up for tourists, but what Portugal is actually like. Still in the climb. Let's see what height we're at. We're at 699, 700 metres now. Let's see how we go through the day. 705 and climbing. Give it a little wipe. I hope you can see okay. There's some light rain in the air, as you can see. We're sort of in the clouds now, 900 metres. Roads have got quite a bit of detritus on, not this particular one here, but up to this point. No doubt yesterday's heavy rain knocking some of these pine needles and so on off. Beautiful road though, albeit we're not going to be absolutely caning it around here today. Alright, we're at 1278 metres now, so what's that, about 4,000 feet? And well into the cloud now. Bit of a whiteout, can't even see Dom Yen up ahead, and he's only 1 bike ahead of Helen. I'm hoping if we continue to climb, we might even outclimb the clouds and get above them. That'd be amazing, you never know. Hope you can see okay in this dewy, misty stuff. Just noticed to my right here there's this big lake and a dam at the head of it. You may not be able to see it in this mist, but I'm guessing it's used for hydropower, given there's a big lake at this height. Well, we're now 1580 metres elevation. Just notice the temperature's dropped to 12 degrees centigrade now, which I suspect is going to be the coolest we see on this trip. Who knew that summer in Portugal you could get to 12 degrees? I can just see some blue sky up there, look. Maybe we are going to keep climbing. If we keep climbing, we'll outclimb the cloud, which might make for some spectacular views. We shall see. Such a shame our luck on this trip, because I'm sure this road would have just absolutely amazing views off to the right. The ground just drops away, and I'm imagining stunning views. Oh, viewpoint. Maybe we won't stop there. That's hilarious. It reminds me of that, I don't know if you're familiar with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and Clark is trying to light the lights on his house and he can't get the electricity to light the work. He's out the front of his house with his dad, and he's going, oh, I'm sorry Dad, I can't get the lights to work. He's going, but don't worry Clark, I can imagine it in my mind's eye, it looks beautiful. So just imagine these views in your mind's eye with me. How stunning would that be? Looks like we've caught another biker up ahead. Looks like an RT or something with a couple of people on board. Oh, they're pulling over to take in the views. Very wise. Oh, this is pretty cool. So this is a pretty cool spot. I've got the bikes all parked up here. Bit of greenery showing, but check this out now. The cloud has cleared a little bit. Look at this. How cool is that? Turns out these stacks here, I can show you another view down here, were actually seabed once, and it's where the sediment has washed away. I'll show you on this board here, look. So this is what we're looking at, and here we can see how the seabed was previously, which has been washed away. It's incredible to think that this, at 2,000 metres, was actually sea floor at one point. Looking very green through there. Cool place, eh, Dom?
Nice, yeah. But at the top
2,000
it's nice.
metres sea floor, incredible. How does
Yeah,
that work?
yeah.
Bizarre, isn't it?
You know, if you go from where Linden lives, you know,
Yeah.
direction Antequera, you have El Torcal. Do you know that? El
No,
Torcal?
no, similar
It's
thing?
also it's a similar thing,
Yeah.
other shape, but also it was million years ago water, and then
Amazing.
And it's John Wayne who made his movies there.
Oh, of course, from the
It's-
Cowboy Tour.
No.
Oh, he doesn't do it there?
No,
Okay.
because that was in Almeria, eh?
Right, right.
That's the spaghetti westerns were made there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But on John Wayne, he went to another area, and behind Antequera, it's from Malaga 50 kilometers inland.
Yep.
And that's also, I show you later a picture. It's also very.
The same sort of
Oh,
thing.
we can come back
Back that way.
that way. That's a
Perfect.
good idea.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go
Let's
and
do that.
see it there. If we
Excellent.
come back, we go that direction.
Yeah.
And then
Why
I
not?
can show you
Perfect.
these. That's what
Yeah.
we're gonna do.
More seabed action to come in the following days. In the meantime, they're all posing up there. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro.
Yeah, this is lovely, eh?
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see on the GoPro, but there's actually like a carving, a religious carving in the side of the rock up there as well. I'll get the get my iPhone out and take a snap and show you. Actually, while we're here as well, I just remembered I was going to show you the bike. And so this is it, GS1250. This is in the rally, the latest rally colour scheme as well. It's got all the bells and whistles, the electronic suspension. It's basically like it's the full spec, complete with the SOS thing, all that game, keyless start, etc., etc. It's got everything you need. It looks lovely in this paint scheme, I have to say. But so this has got the white tank. I actually prefer the previous one. If you look at over here, look, these have got the blue tank. I think actually the blue tank looks better. So if you're going to get one of these, maybe get last year's one, because you get the blue tank that way. Anyway, let's move on.